We're Sid and Macky, and we're professional mountain bikers on a quest to race the best and most challenging mountain bike races around the world. And in a few days, we'll be getting on a plane and flying to the opposite side of the globe to do a race that is truly unlike any other we have attempted.
Okay, we are now vaccinated for just about everything. We are also now terrified of all of the horrible mosquito-borne diseases that you can get, which are many.
But this story actually starts a few years back. 2 years ago, we met these two at a bike race, and a few months later, even though we had only met in person twice, we invited them to join us for a 5-day stage race in Chile. It was a bit of a gamble, but it's not every day you meet someone willing to fly halfway around the world to do something stupid hard with you. And that's how we ended up spending 6 days racing in the rain and sharing a hotel room full of wet, muddy cycling kit and smelly shoes with these two people we barely knew.
0 to 100 on that one.
We were landing in Pucón, and Joe and I look at each other and have this like moment at the same time. We look at each other and we go like, we have never really hung out like that.
It was one of those experiences that was only ever going to end one of two ways. We were going to hate each other or become best friends. And you know what else was clear? Next time, it was going to be Lo and Joe's turn to pick the adventure.
So, let me propose yet another idea to you guys.
Okay. Okay. Excellent.
Yeah, we don't actually know the words. So backstory. Joe and I's 10-year anniversary is coming up, and we're like, let's go to South Africa. It's not gonna work because we want a safari, we want to ride bikes. It's just not in the cards. It's just too logistically nuts. So, let me propose yet another idea to you guys. We mentioned it in Chile, K2 Stage Race. Late May.
K2N, okay, yep. Nice.
Just gonna pause that right there because obviously we said yes. Let's be honest, if it's an epic and difficult bike race in a part of the world that we've never been to, well, we're an easy sell. And besides, when Macky and I got married 7 years ago, we said we wanted to save our honeymoon for when we could go on a safari, and, well, better late than never. So we were on board before Lo even finished her pitch, even though we knew next to nothing about this race or how we would even begin to pull off this trip. And let's be real, Lo didn't know what she was getting us into either.
Spoiler alert, I don't ever actually look at what I'm getting myself into for races.
Lo was just like, giraffes, yes. Zebras, yes.
Lions.
7,000 feet of climbing in one day.
What is that? Wait, what?
And, you know, when we got married like 6 years ago, we were like, we're going to go on a safari for our honeymoon, which of course did not happen, but now it's going to happen. So we're finally going on our honeymoon with you guys. So what is the K2N Stage Race? The name stands for Kilimanjaro to Lake Natron because the race starts on the slopes of Kilimanjaro in Tanzania and takes us all the way to the shores of Lake Natron 177 miles away. It's going to be 5 days of racing through rugged backcountry terrain with over 16,000 feet of climbing. It's one part race and several parts adventure. From their website, our trails are not groomed but natural. There will be hike-a-bike sections, potentially more than you are accustomed to. To ride K2N is to experience northern Tanzania as it is, not as some cyclists wish it were. An event like this is, of course, appealing to us as it combines our desire to see new places and cultures via bike with courses that will push us to our limits. The first day alone climbs 7,000 feet up the slopes of Kilimanjaro, Africa's highest peak. Then you cross the plains of northern Tanzania through Maasai villages and some truly outstanding landscapes, with the possibility of seeing giraffes and elephants en route. This race also partners closely with Grumeti Fund, a non-profit dedicated to conservation and anti-poaching work, with a special focus on rehabilitating the endangered East African black rhino population. A portion of our entry fees will go directly to a good cause, and after the race, we'll hopefully have an opportunity to see some of these magnificent animals in the wild. But there's one twist. Most people do this race in pairs, for obvious reasons, like navigation and, not being an apex predator. And while Macky and I have raced as a duo before, we all decided it was time to mix things up.
Yeah, so how did we come up with the idea of swapping spouses for this?
How did it come up?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Frankly, Joe and I are the obvious partners because we cannot get rid of one another in a race.
How did you draw the conclusions that Macky and I are not the obvious match?
I dug myself in a hole here.
Oh, but no! I love your microphone. It looks so delicious. Come here. Quiet on set, Rita.
Oh, reflexes.
I know how much these things cost now. So. I think it's going to be hard to Sid and I racing together.
Yeah.
It's going to drive the pace up constantly. We've discussed earlier, our strategy is going to be attack each other over and over on every climb and just...
then you'll end up together.
Yeah. It'll keep the pace high and then, we'll end up at the same time.
That's actually what happens to these guys at every race. Sid was like, yeah, I spent like the entire day 2 trying to drop you or trying to catch back up to you. And they finished, 45 seconds apart or something? Like every single day.
You did kind of obliterate me on the final climb on day 3.
So what do I need to do to be faster than Joe to not get eaten by a lion? Because right now he's got like a little edge, which is unfortunately all he needs if we're being chased by a lion.
Put raw meat into Joe's jersey. is the easiest answer. That has a bigger odor than...
True. Joe probably has a bigger odor than me, so that
probably
might be good.
I'm going to be honest, I was on board for having Macky be my partner after going to Chile and watching the duos race, and the women on some of the teams just got pushed up the mountain. So I said, yep, sign me up.
Well, and because
Sign me
this
up
is
for
a
that.
pretty loose race, we're going to go one better than pushing.
Oh, shoot.
Macky has a present for you.
Oh my gosh.
So, obviously in a lot of races, you're not allowed to tow your partner, but this is more of a experience race. Well, we will probably be the only co-ed duos
I love this.
in the race.
Oh my God.
And Joe and I have given our blessing.
What this means is we get to combine our power outputs and then divide them by 2.
And then double the wit.
This seems to be like the best option because here, hold that side. It'll apparently stretch to 14 feet.
Oh.
Wow. So get out of here,
Reader.
We're gonna have to practice real time attaching and releasing to see if we can pull it off.
I think there's something to be said for not racing with your actual spouse.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that sometimes being in stressful situations with your spouse on the other side of the world, on the side of a mountain in a cold rainstorm, it's probably not the best environment.
We're also comfortable around our spouses that sometimes you let your worst side out. And so by not being with your spouse, you're going to be a little bit more likely to keep it together. And at least we'll see. Except we are all very comfortable with each other. So we will have to see how that goes. I'm excited. I think it's going to be fun racing with Lo. I think we're going to have a very entertaining time. And I think we're both going to be able to go really hard.
Naturally, as soon as we signed up for this race, Lo started shopping for the ridiculous animal print kits she was hoping we would all wear. We decided to take it one step further. We reached out to our clothing sponsor Primal about the possibility of doing a small run of custom kits just for this race. They agreed that it would be a great opportunity to show how their custom process works and how their designers can take even the wildest ideas and make them a reality. To truly test out this process, we handed over the reins to Lo, and the results were, well, you'll see.
The inspiration for this kit first primarily came from Taylor Swift's Eras Tour.
The snake era. What is that?
Reputation?
From her Reputation era.
We better make sure that's right before the internet roasts us.
I'm pretty sure that's right. You look like the expert.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you look like the expert.
So that's where I started because I really liked the snake coming up over her leg. And so I sent a picture of that and then a hodgepodge of a bunch of different animal print.
After an initial brainstorming session, your Primal custom designer will take all your ideas and synthesize them, and then you get to provide feedback and slowly tweak the design through 3 rounds of proofs. Maybe you want to adjust the colors or the patterns, or perhaps you added too many snakes to your original design. This is a fully custom process with the goal that you get to bring your vision truly to life.
Somebody understood the assignment. I'm very sad though that our bibs are a little color blocked because I really was looking for more snake in the crotch region.
But I think the rest of us love.
Yeah, the rest of them are quite relieved.
Oh gosh.
Oh man, that is cool. Hey, get.
Rita, move, baby.
Well, the bibs are a lot. I'm glad we decided not to go with the snakes on the bibs.
Yeah, these are sick.
I kind of think we should wear these today.
Yes. Oh my God, these are so great. Rita, you're not going to be invited back.
I do like the simpler bibs though. Like
Since Lo and Joe are visiting us for a few days in New Mexico, we decided to take advantage of the opportunity to get some hours on the bike in, since this race is going to be one really big week. After yesterday's weather failed to cooperate,
April in New Mexico, everyone. Next stop, Kilimanjaro.
we are back at it again today and heading out for a 4-hour ride in grand style.
Well, everybody looks really good. How's everybody feel? Like you rode 6 hours over the last 2 days?
not too bad yet.
Put in way too much TSS this week.
You know, based on looking at this, I'm thinking that a full giraffe kit would actually be awesome. So we've got a pretty excellent loop planned for Lo and Joe today. South Bayou, this one, which is pretty entertaining to go down. And yeah, a little bit rougher to try to go up, especially in its current conditions of very sandy.
Trust it! Yep. Just trusting you. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yep.
And hopefully your feet aren't too wide, because then you don't fit through most of this stuff.
Ah! Woo! Woo! I don't know if I love that.
We couldn't get more ridiculous.
Saddle matches your hook.
Oh, you put that on your saddle?
Yeah, put that part on my saddle, and then you hook that.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah.
I want to see you guys do like a rolling start with this, because if you have to stop every time. Oh dear.
We're just gonna have to test it. Are you ready?
Yep.
How do you not like tag tires? Oh, there we go.
Well, I was putting too much effort in.
Yeah.
Nice. You work a little harder up there? I wish I was flexible enough to put my feet up there. Now let's try to go a little bit harder. Keep up. Ooh, yeah, 136 feels easy. What are you doing? 330. Bye.
Now I'm doing 550.
What were you doing, like 900?
High 5, low 6.
Jesus.
What I'm impressed by is both of us can work, but it doesn't feel jerky.
Yeah.
At least for me. Oh, perfect.
Can you do this?
Yep. No, I just have to figure out what to do with it.
Watch your rear tire there. I think maybe you should take off your side first.
No, I don't take off my side.
You don't?
We need like a little magnet or something.
Either I do that,
Oh, that works pretty well.
or I figure out some way to like loop it over and slap it onto something. All right, 2 punchy things come in. This one right up here around the left, then a slight break, and then a second one. Yeah! All right! Nicely done.
Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Do you want me to pedal on this?
I would say do whatever you're feeling.
La, la, la. How's that?
I mean, it's doable.
You're leaving low behind on the hill and you're
Woo-hoo!
That's scary.
I mean, I was holding 140.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be known I was actually working.
Oh, but I did it between you and Joe, so I jumped out in front of Lo and Joe.
I feel like I might have gotten it. Oh, fun! It still hurts. Oh, Jeff!
I was wondering if that was going to work or not. Good old Los Alamos, where it's pretty much when you want to get home, you have to ride hard, rocky trails. So we're 3.5 hours in. We've got, well, 20-25 minutes back to the house, which should be just about right. But yeah, it ain't a super easy 20-25 minutes back.
We stopped to reconnect, to retether our umbilical cord. We're gonna try and catch Joe and Sid. You got a little bit more, I got some. Go, you got it, Mackie, come on. Oof, we got it, we got it.
As you could probably predict, Joe and I interpreted this as an act of war and responded in kind.
All right, release. Got it.
We were able to take advantage of their need to pause and retether, and we beat Macky and Lo out on the final hill climb. But suffice to say, the competitive spirit is not wanting with anyone in this crew, and it looks like this could shape up to be more of a battle than Joe and I were counting on.
Oh, good job, guys. Dang it.
In the last minute of our 4-hour ride, Macky and I both put in a second best yearly 1-minute power of 527 and 398 respectively, proving that while it's fun to beat your enemies, it's even more fun to beat your friends.
That was awesome, Carol.
Alright friends, now it's time to find a way to figure out how to end this video, put the last few items in our bags, and fly to Tanzania. This is shaping up to be an insane experience, and we can't wait to share it all with you here. The good, the bad, and the hopefully not too ugly. We won't be able to upload a video during this trip, so we'll see you here on YouTube in 2 weeks. In the meantime, you can check out the extra chaotic deleted scenes from our mini training camp with Lo and Joe over on Patreon, complete with a few rides that didn't make it into this video.
We're practicing tactics here a little bit. Baby birding Lo. Here, I want one too.
And Joe's cookie baking tips.
Mix one bag of this stuff with butter and mix it. Just mix all the together.
We'll also be posting real-time updates on Patreon as internet access allows. We'll catch you on the other side. And in the meantime, don't forget to keep being more awesome.